Hello everybody, how's it going today? I decided to go to the Forks today and work from here, and it's been a long time since I've actually made a video. So cheers guys, thank you very much for helping me get close to 200,000 followers. So let's start a technical analysis on Bitcoin. I got this really awesome tray of beer. It comes kind of like that, guys. It's not big, the glasses are actually very tiny. So I hope you guys have been extremely cautious in this market thus far, because it has been an extremely volatile market. So let's talk about Bitcoin, guys. I hope some of you guys have actually made it through this bear market, but what you guys really need to realize is that in every bear market, you guys are going to gain incredibly valuable experience. So let's get on with this, guys. And currently right now, I can't log into my Bitfinex to show you guys because I don't have my 2FA phone here right now. But right now, the positions that I'm in is actually nothing. A few days ago, I tweeted my position for Bitcoin, where I was going to swing it around the $6,200 level. And surely enough, we ended up spiking to around 6,500-ish, which has become a major resistance thus far. And I closed my position around 6,400. If we do get a break above the 6,500 range, awesome. I might go long on it. And as for EOS, I went long around $4.95, closed it very prematurely around the $5.10 range. So let's get into an Elliott wave count and let's see what we can figure out. But before we do that, we need to establish some of the fundamentals right now. So some of the fundamentals is always, guys, whenever you're doing a technical analysis, first of all, on a very basic level, make sure that you're just doing a very basic trend line analysis first, all right? So clearly what we see, and it really varies, right? Some people decide to go for a wick to wick. Some people decide to do body to body. What I personally like to do is to go body to body, simply because it's going to account for some bull traps or bear trapped regions. And in addition to that, what we see right here is a resistance that's been established since that not all-time high, but the interim high for this year after the bear market, which began after February 6th. So after February 6th, just to give you guys an indication, that was a pretty clear sign, right? So for example, right here, what we see is a very long shooting star candle. A shooting star candle, think of the psychology behind a shooting star candle, okay? Hold up, do you guys actually see my face when I'm talking? Yeah, you guys see me, that's good. Okay, so what you see right here is a shooting star candle. And with the shooting star candle, the market psychology is that the bulls have attempted to drive up the price. But simply what happens is the bears end up rejecting them, hence the long wick and a very small body on the bottom. So this specific candle alone was a very good indication to start shorting the market, right? And then these two, sometimes you'll actually find combinations of candles as well. So when we do a price action analysis, which I do quite often when we combine it with other things like Elliott Wave, RSI, MACD, we find confluent reasons to enter or exit a trade. So for example, with this specific candle right here, what we actually see is this is called a hanging man candle. Now the name is pretty morbid, right? But we think of a hanging man candle as a candle that shows up after a large bull rally. And the significance of it is that the bears or people who are bulls, they're starting to take profit, or bears are starting to enter the market and they're shorting, right? So that's the significance of this long wick that's coming down. And then when we look at this candle right there, where we're getting a rejection from 11,750 to 11,500, that interim day of a $250 rejection is signaling to the market right there that, hey, when we combine a hanging man candle the previous day, well, unfortunately, then when we get a shooting, or not a shooting, yeah, you can call it a shooting star. Although traditionally a shooting star, you want to look for something with a much longer wick. So think of this like a hammer that's actually reversed. But the significance of a hanging man and a shooting star candle is very significant because it signals to the market that bulls are losing and the bears are starting to take over. And here, guys, this was a fairly clear resistance as well. If you looked at this on a log scale, it would be a really good indication that these two candles right here, as an example, okay, this is basically a tweezer pair combination is what I call it. A tweezer pair combination is a period of two candles that actually show wicks to the upside, right? But they're getting rejected by the bears. So significance as well. And here, it was clear as mud. Is that the expression? Clear as water? That we're getting two wicks to the upside as well. So people started to enter a short position there. So I just want... That's incredibly loud, that RSI resistance right there. Did you guys hear that? I apologize for that. Okay, let me mute my desktop here. Okay, I'm just gonna mute my my sound here as well. So guys, I think some of you guys are incredibly scared right now. I would imagine, right? I would imagine that a lot of you guys are scared. I would imagine that a lot of you guys have been liquidated already. But you have to remember that with resilience and losing with humility and lots of practice, guys, it's going to build a lot of character. Now, this might be the first bear market that you guys have been in. And keep in mind that I've been in the market for about 3 years total, right? And I've seen every type of run you can imagine. I've been in Bitcoin for an extremely long time. I caught the Bitcoin rally from 700 to 20,000. I caught Omizi Go rally. I caught XRP, EOS rally, Ethereum rally, and here I am, guys. I'm technically retired, you can say, but I'm also doing this because it's incredibly fun, right? And I really do want to help people genuinely succeed, and I want to see the same type of success in you guys as well. Now, I'm going to go over Elliott Wave first of all, okay? Let's go over the basics of Elliott Wave, which I highly recommend that you guys take a look at. Now, let me recommend some really good Elliott Wave book, okay? Robert Frost, Elliott Wave. Okay, this is a really good book that I highly recommend you guys read. It's called the Elliott Wave Principle, Key to Market Behavior by, I wrote Robert Frost, but it's actually A.J. Frost and Robert Precher. Another really good book that I recommend that you guys read is Elliott Wave Visual Guide, okay? So the Elliott Wave Visual Guide is a phenomenal book with tons of examples. And that's something that you definitely want to start studying if you guys want to get on my level, okay? So let's go over the basics of Elliott Wave right here. So Elliott Wave states that there are 5 impulse waves. It probably sounds like I'm shouting, right? And I think that everybody here probably thinks that I'm crazy right now. So let's just get into this right now. So what we're doing is we're trying to count 5 impulse waves up, okay? So when you're counting 5 impulse waves up, they ebb and they flow in the stock market. And it also has a lot to do with Fibonacci as well. So think of Fibonacci as a sequence of numbers that ebb and flow everywhere in the universe. So Elliott Wave is a strong theory that's based off of the Fibonacci sequence of numbers, right? So with the sequence of numbers, they ebb and they flow everywhere in the universe. So there's a golden ratio number, 0.618, or commonly known as 61.8, right? So 61.8, you will find this everywhere. You'll find it from the way galaxies are spiraled in the universe, to the way our bodies are actually shaped as well, or proportional-wise, to the way architects design buildings, to the way sand is shaped as well, to the way seashells are shaped, to the way our galaxy is spiraled in the solar system, to the way our genes are actually coiled in our DNA as well. So Elliott Wave loves to deal with Fibonacci numbers. So there's 5 impulse wave going up. And for every wave that's a corrective pattern, such as wave 2 and wave 4, it could fail, all right? So what we try to do for Elliott Wave, and I'm sure that my viewers, you guys have seen this, I'm sure at least 100,000 of you guys have seen this like many times already, but this is also for the newer viewers. So thank you very much for joining me. You guys need to help me get to 200,000 followers total, okay? I'm almost close to $200,000 followers, way past $200,000. That's like last month alone, or 2 months ago, okay? But 200,000 followers for YouTube and for Twitter combined. So thank you very much for helping me get there, guys. I'm going to cheers to you guys. You guys are my baby whales. Guys, when you hold it close, check this out, okay? When you hold it close, it looks gigantic, right? Looks gigantic. But when you actually bring it far back, it's like the size of my actual hand. Anyways, so for every wave that goes up, the last thing that we want is for a failure for wave 2 or wave 5. And then after these waves form, there's usually a corrective pattern. And with the corrective pattern, you could get something like an ABC correction such as that, okay? But the most important thing to say is that the ABC, regardless of what it is, it could be A, B, C, D, E as well, that come in 3-wave structures. It really all depends. But what you do not want, guys, is you do not want a failure that retraces 100% of the level according to Fibonacci, right? So if I take a Fibonacci retracement right here, so what we say about Elliott Wave is that the first 5 waves are impulse waves going up. And then the second wave is a corrective pattern that come in all shapes and forms. And it can retrace up to 99.99999 repeating percent. But the moment that it actually retraces 100%, then that is also the moment that this wave failure or this wave structure has officially failed. So we see wave structures all the time, guys, okay? And this can be construed as many different things. And I don't remember the exact count on here, but I believe it was something like a WXYZ if I had to count it correctly. You guys like that rhyme? So anyways, let's go over this, okay? So this was a Y. Who knows? This could have been a Y, right? That could have been an X. This could be another failure for down over there. We simply just do not know right now. But what I will tell you guys is this, okay? I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. What we can say is if we only take the wicked off regions, okay? If we take off this wick region, then clearly somewhere around this structure would be a phenomenal place to go long, right? You guys would agree with me? It'd be really hard to deny that fact, right? And then if we extend this right here, let's go on a log scale. So the difference between a log scale and a non-log scale is that when we're evaluating it for a very long period of time, over, for example, the course of months or year, a log scale will proportionally increase it and show and reflect the percentage accordingly, okay? So, for example, right here, we see the log scale touch all of these very precisely, right? But if I go to a non-log scale, and by the way, guys, if you are a day trader, make sure that you guys keep it in a non-log scale. But when you're doing a longer time analysis, make sure that you're keeping it in an actual log scale. So let's say we go to the log scale right here, and we only go from body to body as best as we can, okay? On top of that, we're also going to connect these. So for example, this region right here, okay? This is called a bear trap. Do you guys know what a bear trap is? Okay, a bear trap is a wicked off region where there's a very long wick. And the wick is basically a place where the bulls want to create a false sense that the market is going to drop. So people will either sell their positions, right? They'll close their positions, or they'll actually enter a short position as well. So if they're entering a short position, so what these bulls like to do is create this massive wall, usually margin, right? It's a margin wall to create a signal to the market that it's going to be driven down. And you have to keep in mind that Bitcoin is like any other scarce material. It's just like gold. And because it's like gold, we have to remember that it's a finite resource. And with every finite resource that exists, we also have to understand that we're fighting for each other's resources, right? We have to understand that there's only a finite amount of this in the world, and the bulls, if they're bear trapping you, they want your Bitcoin, right? So after the bears either enter short positions or people are selling off what they have, what usually ends up happening is that the bulls will remove these leveraged walls in their margin account, which lifts it up, and they already got all of your Bitcoin, and poof, according to Dow theory, right, it could be during the accumulation phase, right? And then during the accumulation phase, then there's the public participation phase, and then there's the excess phase as well. And during the excess phase, that's where the majority of the market will end up getting completely destroyed, right? So anyways, so I'm going to get back to this region right here. I kind of go off on a tangent once in a while. So then if we just simply say, okay, well, if this wasn't an Elliott wave WXYZ structure, could this possibly be a three-wave structure, okay? That's making some sort of A, B, C, D, and E. Possibly. I don't really count Elliott wave on too great of a time frame. But what I will tell you guys right now is that according to Fibonacci, we're a little bit below, okay? We're a little bit below the 786 region. So the Fibonacci 786 region for retracement is 6352 right now, okay? So we have to understand that that's the flavor of the month, right? Right now, we're not really holding well at all on any coins at the 618 structure, right? Or the golden pocket at the 0.5 structure. So then after those end up failing, it would be very wise for us to take a chance at the 786 level and also around these levels right here. So what we see is that it's a very, very delicate area to enter a trade. So I'm sure that a lot of people went long here, guys. That's where the volume started picking up right around there, right after we got this tweezer pair combo. Okay, I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this, okay? It's really important you guys understand why we bounce from this specific region, okay? We bounce from this specific region because of those two wicks. Do you guys see these wicks right there? Okay, these are the wicks that basically says to the market, okay, we are going to reject you from the 6150 region all the way down to the 6,000 region. So over 2 consecutive days, we literally rejected $150, right? And because we rejected $150, as soon as the trading range was higher than the previous day's close for the candle, so the close right here, always put your mouse over the candle, and then take a look right there. Okay, so what you see, the close is at 61.50. So as soon as we started to get this wick region down here, and then we traded above the 61.50, or actually 61.47, that's where it signaled to the market, hey, we're going to go long, right? So according to price action and data, that's exactly what we see. And then we ended up shooting from that day from 61.50 around all the way to 6,500. Now, in my personal opinion, what I said before was that there's a very strong chance that we were going to retrace to somewhere up there, right? To anywhere between 6,600 to even 700. Is that crazy, guys? Metaverse right now is literally the only coin right now that is let me show you guys Metaverse. Okay, this is one of the most bullish coins that I've seen in a very long time. So this coin is very prime for shorting. I want to be very, very, very clear for you guys right now, okay? That as soon as I get back home, I only live like 7 minutes away from the forks there, I will most likely short this position right here. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if we're going to break this resistance. I personally believe that this has gone on too long and too far already, okay? And you guys got to look at the RSI as well, okay? You do a very simple price action analysis, and what you say to yourself are these two things, okay? Which has a higher high and which has a lower low, okay? What we see according to price action is that right here is the exact same, right? Same price action right here. But what do you guys actually see for the RSI? This is a setup that's telling me right now, I want to drop, I want to die, I want to correct. So how could I not want to short this market right now? I'll probably go home and short it for at least, I'm guessing a $50,000 position, because I'm waiting right now on EOS, guys. Like, I'm waiting so hard right now to go into a position for about $200,000. And also for Bitcoin, I'll probably end up playing about $100,000. I'm okay to play about a little bit over $250,000. That's kind of what I'll be trading around for from now on, okay? $250,000 is pretty much going to be my trading principle from now on. Of course, I'll have way more in my margin account, just in case, because you have to make sure if you guys are trading from your margin account, it would be the dumbest thing in the world for you guys to actually play with all the equity that you have. You have to make sure that you remember that you got to retain some equity, because you only need to drop 10%, okay guys? Just 10%, and then you get liquidated. And I bet you guys anything that a lot of you guys were actually liquidated already. Like, trust me guys, I've been there, okay? I've been liquidated more times than you guys can imagine in my first year of trading over 3 years ago. But here I am today, kind of retired, right? Yeah, it's kind of a good feeling, guys, to say that, right? And I want you guys to understand this, and I want you guys to be there too, which is the reasons I make this video. Now, I'm not here to give you guys, I'm not here to give you guys a silver fucking platter so that'll be handed to you, okay, guys? I'm not here so people can follow me, okay? You guys know that I'm not like that at all. I'm here to breed a group of sharks, and that's what you guys are going to be in the future. And you guys need to put in the hard work as well. Because if you don't put in the hard work, the guy to your left, the guy to your right, they're going to work much harder than you and be successful in this market. And you guys know I'm very transparent with everything, right? I really appreciate that you guys respect my transparency, but I want you guys to know that that is how I made well over 7 figures last year. Hard work and dedication, okay? So now what we're going to go over is more Bitcoin and do a technical analysis, okay? So, Bitcoin, guys, right now we are at roughly the 78.6 level, okay? So what I'm going to see right now is if this Elliott wave formation actually holds. If this Elliott wave formation holds right here, oh, by the way, guys, I'm going to market next week, and I'm getting my Audi R8. It's been decided. That's right. I'm going to get an Audi R8 for the summer, and I'm picking up a Subaru Impreza WRX STI for the winter. So that's called hashtag crypto money for you guys, all right? All right. So anyways, it's so weird streaming here live because I've never streamed before live in public. So this is incredibly weird. Yeah. I'm going to stream a lot more for you guys, okay? I'm going to make a lot more live videos and also go through my positions live for you guys because I want you guys to get more of an idea of how I think, okay? So anyways, if this formation actually holds, where we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this structure right here holds at the 78.6 level, it's going to be very bullish. And if this happens, there's a good chance that we'll retrace to around the $6,600 region and also maybe 6,900, but I really doubt higher than 7K. So every time a resistance is broken, it ends up being a support, right? And every time a support is broken, it ends up being a resistance. So if you guys look very clearly right now, according to Elliott Wave as well, where's the next mode of resistance? It would be this wave 1 structure, and it would be a little bit lower than the wave 4 structure as well, and definitely right here. So what we see is a lot of bullish pressure to go up. So we can't deny right now that the bulls are on the offense, right? The bulls are on the offense right here, 3% up that we jumped up. But we're not really seeing a lot of wicks, okay? So think of it like this. Think of it as a team of bulls and bears, okay? Where one is constantly attacking and or defending, and the other one is maybe just doing one or the other. So where do you see a higher wicked region, okay? You see a higher wick region to the bulls, right? So you see the bulls attacking. But what you see as well is that the bears are defending with this long wick coming down. But what you also see as well is the bears are making little wicks to the downside. And you guys know how I feel about big wicks, okay? Because I like big dicks and I cannot lie. Cheers to that one, okay? Everyone's probably looking at me right now thinking I'm super weird. A little bit self-conscious right now, but I don't give a fuck. You guys know that about me by now. The moment that you stop giving a fuck about what other people think, that's when you're going to be the most happy, okay? Yeah. Anyways, so completely forgot what I was saying. Clearly, I'm self-conscious right now a little bit, but I also don't give a fuck what people think about me, and I never ever will. Because, like, really, when you think about the human psychology, right? We live our whole lives trying to appease someone. And you guys all know that I'm formerly a mechanical engineer. And as a former mechanical engineer, you're nothing but a fucking piece of grunt in the market, in a corporate world. You're trying to climb this corporate world with a fucking suit and tie, appeasing your goddamn boss, right? You're making salary, you're going to work, and you're seriously putting a lot of overtime in on a salary, and all that you get is a pat on the head saying good job, and then you find out later, hey, I'm nothing but a dispensable piece of shit giving away 20 years of my life. Don't be like that, guys. Right now, we are in the age of early adoption for Bitcoin. Now, I know that a lot of you guys have lost a lot of money, but you guys have to also understand that with this type of experience, it is invaluable. And you have to make sure that you also know that losing is a big part of the game. Without losses, you will never understand success or victories, especially in the stock market, right? If you want to be a successful trader, swing trader, I'm not even going to say investor because I know nothing about investing whatsoever, right? All I do is buy a lot of Bitcoin. Right now I hold 97 Bitcoin, and I'll sell it when it gets to $250,000, guys. I'm going to round it up to 100 Bitcoin, okay? So if I sell my 97 Bitcoin at $250,000, when it gets there, not if, guys. You guys remember my Ethereum post where I told everybody to hold it 2 years ago? Yeah, I made a lot of money off of that. It was something ridiculous, like well over 6 figures, right? So if I sell my 97 Bitcoin, guys, we're talking about over $24 billion that I have. And I will call that fuck you money when I get it, okay? And everybody who's not listening to me right now, and you guys think that Bitcoin is going to fail, and you don't believe that Bitcoin can possibly usurp traditional fiat and monetary systems, you guys need to get the fuck out of the crypto game, okay? Because this space is not for you if you are not bullish long term. If you guys are scared of the market, okay, I'm spinning all over my screen. If you guys are scared of the market rather than improving yourself every day, if you don't believe that Bitcoin has a future, this place is really not for you, and you and I could never be friends, okay? So, guys, anyways, if we do end up holding at this region, wonderful. I really firmly believe that we could get to one of these regions right there, right? So I'm looking for more of a bullish right here. Actually, you know what? Okay, I'm going to tell you guys right now that I will consider entering a position as soon as I get home. If we end up holding and we get I'm going to wait till 20 more minutes to see how this daily candle goes, okay? If this daily candle ends up closing, I don't know, higher than this trading range, right? Or if the next day, rather, gets higher than this trading range right here of the open, 62.33, and also the open. Actually, this one will be the open here, 63.13. I might consider going long on Bitcoin. But what I definitely will consider going long on, guys, is EOS, okay? Now, there's a few types of... Hold on, I gotta blow my nose really quickly, guys. I'm a little bit cold here. Super chilly. I don't want to pause the video either because I don't want to... Whoa, I don't want to edit it. And you guys are going to wait for me to do this technical analysis because you guys all love my videos. And because I'm having a few beers, I'm just going to clearly say that my technical analysis videos are the best. I'm just joking, guys. That's a beer talking. These glasses are super tiny. But then I'm Asian, right? I'm Asian, guys. We know very well what tiny is. No pun intended. So I'm going to give you guys my impression of EOS right now. EOS is RSI. So RSI, Relative Strength Index. It's based on a number and a bunch of calculations, right? Fuck, my bag is like getting in my foot. It's based off of a bunch of calculations that can show it gauges the momentum in the market, right? And we want to look for a clear sign of higher highs and higher lows for us to enter the market. So right now, because the RSI is so low, a series of higher lows is actually not enough for me. So what I actually want is a series of a higher high and higher lows as well. But we are seeing very clearly right now that the lows, it's actually bullishly diverging, right? It definitely is bullishly diverging. Not only that, it's obvious to me that there's got to be some sort of reversal very soon, okay? You guys know what my favorite pattern is? My favorite pattern is an ending fifth wave diagonal, okay? An ending fifth wave diagonal is a pattern that's like, it's also known as a falling wedge, okay? It's a falling wedge where the first wave is often the longest, right? But the third wave is actually higher than the fourth wave, right? Right here. Or sorry, the third wave is actually longer than the actual fifth wave, right? Makes sense? So Elliott wave states that the third wave is often the longest but never the shortest. As long as it is longer than wave 1 or wave 5, we're good, okay? So wave 3 can actually be shorter than wave 1 but longer than wave 5, or longer than wave 5 but shorter than wave 1, okay? So you have to think of it like that. So the way that these bullishly, so the way that these work, so let's say there was an RSI, okay? Let's say there was an RSI like that, right? So what we would definitely want on the RSI is a series of a higher low and a higher high. But right now, what we're getting is a higher, we're getting lower highs, but what we're actually getting is higher lows, right? So this is kind of what we're getting right now, almost in a symmetric type of triangle. So the way that I'm seeing this right now, guys, on EOS, okay, is this. Check that out. How could I not be bullish on this right now? And if this was the first wave in here right now, is this possible that this is the third wave? I don't know why I did 2 there. Okay, I meant to say 3. Okay, so right here, guys. Is this possible that this is the third wave somewhere like that coming down? Or, sorry, this is the fourth wave and there's like basically one more. So it goes 1, and this could be 2, and this could be 3 right here. Or sorry, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and this is the 5th. So there's 2 types of people, right? There's the people that will wait for confirmation, in my opinion. And I think confirmation is a really good thing for newer traders out there. Or when you think of it like this, there's people like me who are also very aggressive, and I'll trade based on level 2 and price action as well to gauge the momentum as it rolls over. So right now, I'm being very, very aggressive. As you guys have seen, I'm playing well over $100,000, well over 200K most times now. And yeah, like I haven't really lost a trade. Hold on, did I lose a trade recently? Yeah, I did lose a trade, right? I lost $900 a few days ago on Bitcoin. Yeah, I closed my position really early, and then I made 700 on EOS, and then 200 on Ethereum Classic. But that was like a win streak since June 24, right? And then before that, I was on a win streak for 94 days, right? But right now, I'm being very cautious. But the point is, I'm trying to be very aggressive. And because I'm being very aggressive, I think it's going to be worth my time soon. And you have to remember that without risk, there's simply no possibility of reward. So what I'm seeing, not on the 12-hour chart, but a 10-hour chart, guys, on EOS, okay, is that we're getting a series of a higher high and a higher low. So yes, I will be entering a position for EOS soon. Anyways, back to here, guys, okay? So if we take a look at Bitcoin still, my apologies for segueing, okay, guys? So you have to understand, just based on a simple simple analysis such as trend lines right here, right? So we do a trend line analysis right here. Do I have something in the oven? Man, I think I have some pork chops in the oven. Does my oven have like a... This is called a scattered brain moment, okay, guys? Yeah, this... I'm so scatterbrained sometimes. My apologies, guys. So we do a simple trend line analysis right here. And what we actually see is that this whole region is prime, guys. Is prime to enter a trade. Regardless of what it gets to, okay, if it gets to 5K, if it gets to 5,200, if it gets to 5,400, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck what it gets to, guys. Oh, sorry, guys, if I'm swearing. I don't mean to be so rude and vulgar. Fuck. You guys know me better than that. If you guys want professionalism, if you want professionalism, in my opinion, stick to a corporate job like I had before as a mechanical engineer. If you guys want professionalism, go hire someone to manage your account. Shit, fuck, tits, come on my balls, fuck me in the face. That's professionalism for you right there, okay? So, right here, guys, I'm going to buy a lot of Bitcoin here because I'm honestly going to buy at least 53 Bitcoin. Why such a round number? Because the 3 Bitcoin is going to go to make 100 and then put another 50 in there. So then I'll be in like a $750,000 long-term hold. That's going to be kind of awesome. And I don't give a shit. If it goes to 2K, I don't give a shit. If it goes to 3K, I don't give a shit. If it goes to 4K. What I do care about is that I'm bullish on Bitcoin long-term. And I believe truly that has the potential to usurp traditional monetary and fiat systems. And you guys also have to remember how it came about in the 2008 World Economic. Okay, it'd be so crazy if I wasn't recording. Okay, I'm recording. I am. So it'd be crazy. Like, we have to remember how it rose out of the ashes, okay? It rose out of the ashes because your dumb fucking bank, okay, your institution, the place that you put your fucking money is very corrupt. They have the power to print an unlimited amount of money. They have the power to alter your ledger. Why do you think your $10 is worth $10? It's because you agree as a convention that it's worth $10. The government also can easily print as much money as they want. And we all know who bailed out the world, right? Basically the economy, the American population. I'm Canadian, guys, just to be clear. But I understand the impact of shit like collateral debt obligations and how it literally ruined the world economy. How people were getting loans and mortgages at really ridiculous subprime mortgages, okay? And who bailed them out? You guys bailed them out. You guys bailed out the world, okay? And I understand why it needed to be done. Otherwise, the world would have been in shambles economically, right? And we also have to understand as well why Bitcoin was at the G20 summit, right? Why was it at the World Economic Forum that they hold every year? Well, it was at the World Economic Forum because it counts for about 1% of the world's money or whatever. And because every government, guys, at every level, they know what Bitcoin is possible, what it's capable of doing. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been there. Yes, it was deemed not a threat, but we also have to understand the impact of why it was there, okay? So you guys have to understand that you need to be bullish on Bitcoin, okay? You decide right now, guys, what you are going to do. Are you a day trader? Are you a swing trader? Are you an investor? Myself, I'm a day trader. I capitalize on short-term volatility for the day because that is what I do, right? I like to go for these scalping positions that will yield me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% profit, right? And then after that, I also invest long-term. But I only hold now Sia coin, believe it or not. Don't buy Sia coin, okay? Just because I said that. I hold Sia coin because I believe it is the Dropbox killer. It's a decentralized way of hosting files, basically, right? I hold 1 million Sia. I bought it for like $20,000. But if it gets to $1 only, I'm going to make $1 million on Sia coin, okay? I'm going to make $1 million on Sia coin if it gets to $1. Anyways, so guys, I personally believe that Bitcoin is in a very bearish market. And because it's in a very bearish market, it's very obvious to me that the next point of a possible bounce would be no doubt this trend line right here. I got to do a much more detailed. It's so cute here. There's so many people with their kids here. And there's one little girl right now. She's probably like 2 years old. Or like, and they're all like in like ballerina dresses. It's really funny. Anyways, I hope that was, okay. Was that kind of weird to say? I don't know if that was weird to say, but you know, I love animals. I love kids in general. So yeah, one day I'll have kids. But you guys know what you need to have kids first? You got to find a girlfriend first, okay? Hey, baby, you remind me of the Bitcoin because I know we're going to hard fork soon. That doesn't really go too well when I pick up girls, okay? Because they just give me a really weird look of like what I'm saying right now. So anyways, let's now clear all this shit. And now let's go for technical analysis for moving averages, okay? So I want to explain to you guys what a golden crossover and also a death cross is, okay? So these moving averages that you guys see right here, this is the 200 moving average. This is the 8. This is, oh, sorry, one of them is the 8. This is the 13. This is the 21 and also the 55. Why do I use such weird numbers? Because these are all Fibonacci numbers. And you want to make sure that you incorporate some strategies like this one, 8, 13, 21, 55. If I'm a Fibonacci trader, I'll use it. If I'm an Elliott wave trader, I'll use it. Why would I not use it, right? So it makes a lot of sense. So we have to understand what basically a death cross is, okay? A death cross is when the 55... Okay, first of all, let's explain a golden crossover, okay? I'm going to show you guys one of the most wonderful strategies that have ever been invented according to Bitcoin, okay? Let me show you guys this right here. Excuse me there. So what you want to do is you want to buy on the retracement of a golden crossover. And if you buy on the retracement of a golden crossover after it happens, there's a really good chance, if it bounces above it, that's going to be very bullish, okay? So, just as an example, a golden crossover is when the 55 moving average ends up, the 200 moving average ends up becoming a support for all the other moving averages. Think of the golden crossover as when the white line, the 200 exponential moving average, or simple, whichever one you use, ends up crossing with the 55 moving average, okay? You guys see this right here? Look very closely if you don't see it. Make sure you guys understand what I'm talking about, okay? You guys need to understand my strategies if you're not following that well. That is called the golden crossover, where before the yellow line was on the bottom, right? And the white was more so on the top. And then the white line ended up moving to the bottom. That makes sense? All right. Hold on. Am I yelling right now? I think I am yelling a little bit. So then you would want to buy on the retracement. And then when you would sell, when would you guys sell? You would basically sell when it crosses over again. That's kind of the best way to look at it if you want to go for an investment strategy, right? Sure, you could have sold it at 20K. But you guys got to understand that you also could have sold it at 400. You could have sold it at 700. You could have sold it at 1200. You could have sold it at 2700. You could have sold it at 4700, right? You could have sold it at 1800. But the point of this moving average strategy is that it basically guarantees that you ride it as much as you can during this bull market. And you would basically sell when it enters a bearish market, right? So then what you see right here is that, take a look, guys, right? So here's the death cross that happened, right? And of course, it might have been too late to sell around these ranges, the 8K, but selling it at 6,700 ranges, it would have guaranteed that you wouldn't have taken profit too early. And then what you see, make sure you guys really understand this, okay? What you see is that it really did attempt on the daily to make a golden crossover, right? See here, we ended up attempting to go up there, right? See, the white line ended up supporting below all of it. And because it supported below all of it, what you see is that some people probably waited for the retracement. Remember I mentioned earlier, you wait for the retracement, as long as it stays above the 200 moving average, you're golden. Go long on it. That's my suggestion. And just keep in mind, guys, I'm no financial advisor. I do everything for free, as you guys know, for the public. So don't you guys ever dare sue me, okay? If you guys want to sue me, please don't ever sue me if something just goes wrong, okay? Yeah, don't be like the ICO journal, okay? Don't be like the ICO journal where I had to give my lawyer $50,000 as a retainer. That was really funny, okay? I go to my lawyer, right, with $50,000 in cash. I make a video of it, and I tell that motherfucker ICO journal, I'm like, there you go. I make it in a video, and I send it to him. Hey, that's my retainer. Remember the guy that tried to blackmail me online? Retweet my stuff, or else I'll keep writing about you. Anyways, so that failed, right? Failed miserably. So then every time a golden crossover happens and it fails, one of two things can happen, right? It can come down very lightly, and then it can go back up again, and then golden cross again. So it'll golden crossover, and then death cross, and then it'll golden crossover again, right? But unfortunately, we completely broke down. And according to Elliott Wave, this was a massive wave failure. Now, with a massive wave failure, there will always be a bounce because it's just how the market is when things are really oversold, right? So what we see right here, folks and gentlemen and ladies, is that we tried to break above there. We tried to golden crossover. It looked like it had the momentum, but now we've completely failed. So guys, I want to be very 100% clear right now that we are in a very bearish market, okay? You guys got to understand short-term, long-term, medium-term trends, okay? So right now, according to the daily, according to everything right now, we are in a very bearish market, according to how these moving averages look. So let's go on a higher time frame, such as a weekly chart as well, okay? So you guys also get an idea of how it's looking. Now, a lot of people say that we might even bounce off of the 200 moving average. That's kind of scary if you guys think that, okay? But you got to understand that this right here, the 200 moving average, I don't know why it doesn't show that, okay? It only shows the last 82. So that's not really a reliable one. So the 200 moving average is based on the price history of the 200 past candles, right? On a weekly chart. But right here, it's only 84. So what we see is that, okay, the next mode of support could be 4K, right? I keep spinning over my monitor. I gotta wipe this shit after. But I don't think it's gonna get there, guys. And we also look at the weekly chart, guys. What we see is that this is the first time in Bitcoin history, right? In the not history, but in the past, how long? In the past 1,000 days. Okay, I'll make sure you guys are clearly understanding that. In the past 1,000 days, okay? And there's not a zero. That we have never trended below the 55 moving average for this long. So what happened was we broke down below the 55 moving average right here, okay? And then the bulls made an attempt, right? Here's the hurrah attempt right there. It shot up $2,700, and then we simply got rejected. So according to a weekly chart right now, we're very, very bearish. Okay, let's go to monthly chart just to appease you guys. So monthly, guys, and traditionally as well, we have always trended higher for the past how long? For the past for the past 900 days. Okay, we have. Excuse me if I burped there. You guys heard that. Okay, so we've trended always above this moving average right here, above the 21 moving average, right? So now the question is, will this hold? And if it does hold, how much will it actually bounce? And how far will we actually bounce, right? I personally believe we're going to break right through it. I don't think we're going to test the monthly 55, okay? No way. So anyways, these are my thoughts for Bitcoin right now. I do expect some short-term bounce, once again, to anywhere between 6,500, 6,600 to possibly 6,900. You have to understand on the daily, guys, the daily, we're showing strength right now, right? We're getting a series of a higher low. So if I'm wrong, guys, if I'm completely wrong, I'll see you guys break below 6K. We'll test 5,800. And then after we test 5,800, I'll see you guys at maybe 5,200. That's the sad fact of it. So anyways, thank you very much for helping me get very close to 200,000 viewers, guys. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, and follow me on Twitter especially. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, where there's lots of people following me, guys. There's 100,000+ people, right? Actually, let's check, guys. I want to see how many people are following me right now. 105,000. That's crazy. I remember 6 months ago, I had 5,000 followers. Is that incredible? Thank you so much, guys, for all the love and the support that you guys have given me and have demonstrated for the past 6 months. I really, really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have the amount of viewers. And you guys really need to understand that what drives me every day is basically making these videos for you guys and trying to help the public succeed. Because honestly, guys, you guys know that I'm a cocky motherfucker, but that is every trader for you, okay? Every trader has that personality type where they're very cocky, but don't mistake it for ego and don't mistake it for stupidity. Because we all stick to our risk to rewards and we all throw our emotions out the window, right, guys? So anyways, I'm very happy to be in this position that I'm in. and I really want to see people. I want to see people share knowledge, right? I want to see you guys keep trying every day. I want to see you guys persevere through these really difficult times. Because if you don't persevere through these difficult times, the guy to your left, the guy to your right, they will persevere, right? You guys have been to university, and what they always say is look to your left, look to your right. In a few months, one of them won't be here. And you guys have to put in the hard work to learn, especially in the bear market. If you're not eligible for shorting, learn, guys. Learn from my videos. Any video that you click on, you will learn an immense amount of knowledge because my goal is ultimately to basically just share information, right? That's all that I want. And I'm really happy that you guys are helping me get well over 300,000 impressions every 24 hours, which is phenomenal. Hold on, I'm just checking my messages in front of you guys. I don't really care, okay? Whatsoever. Okay, anyways. So yeah, these are my thoughts for Bitcoin, and I'll keep you guys updated when there's major news. So cheers, guys. I'm going to chug this in front of you guys. I'm going to go get some food, and then I'm going to go to a bonfire tonight, all right? Come over for a drink. If you guys are in Winnipeg, I just furnished my new office that you guys saw. It's got a futon there. Come stay with me for a day or two so I can do a really good, so I can show you guys how I trade, right? So anyways, cheers. This shot goes out to all my viewers. I love you guys. Thank you for all the support and the love that you've given me. It was actually really good. I'll see you guys later for my next video. Bye now.